because Lord knows Dick Cheney could go at any minute. So they got to come up with people who.
I don't know if he's going to go at any minute.
Well, he's probably got a bunch of like artificial parts in him.
Well, I don't know. What kind of hearts do lizards have? Do they have compound hearts?
Just like us, yes, except, well, they're pretty much just like us. There's not a whole lot different between us and a lizard, really. I think it's because they lay eggs.
Yeah.
Mainly.
I'm going to add a little more salt to this. And,
oh, I have a good question.
Pepper.
So are crocodiles in salt water or like salt water and fresh water? Or like where do they live?
There's two kinds. There's salt water and fresh water.
Oh.
Yeah. But the ones you're thinking about are called saltwater crocs. You know, like the big ones that Steve Irwin used to wrestle.
Yeah, were they salt water?
They swim out in the ocean. They mostly live in estuaries where it's a mix.
Like a brine.
Yeah.
Well, you're just a repository of information, cameraman. You've been spouting it out all night.
Cameraman suppository. See, I know big words too.
Yeah.
I'm going to put, just as
that smells spicy.
my main flavoring is this Indian curry powder that's very mild. It's just a blend of different Indian spices.
It smells like cloves, like apples, like that you stuck cloves in it. Like,
yeah, it smells real good.
isn't there some kind of pagan holiday coming up?
I think it's the first day of spring.
It's called South by Southwest.
Now, I don't know if there's a whole lot of pagans out at South by Southwest.
Passed a bunch of them today.
Oh, you
Really?
did?
Yeah.
Were they
Pagans?
wearing like the
gear, the pagan gear.
I'm going to put in
They were.
maybe about a tablespoon's worth of curry powder, just for kicks.
So
And the coconut milk I added just because I had it left over. You could add more coconut milk if you wanted, or you could just add none. You know, this is a dish that's very adaptable. Like almost everything I cook, you can change up the ingredients at will. What were you going to say?
I don't remember. It looks really pretty.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. I think it'll be all right. I have a good feeling about it. You know what? I think that shot went to my head because I just put my pepper grinder up in the top, and I never put that in there.
I have to stop wearing these earrings because they're hurting my ears so bad.
Uh-oh, are they clip-ons?
Yeah.
I got some earrings. You want to wear some of mine?
No, I have some others. I'll just change them out. It's just they hurt.
Only Shasta Cola would be carrying around a spare pair of earrings.
Oh, yeah, I have
So,
several
emergency.
spares.
An emergency set of earrings.
Well, you never know when something's going to happen, like your earlobes is going to swell up.
I want y'all to look at how big these mushrooms are.
Are those the hallucinogenic kind?
No, these are just white mushrooms. And they're usually maybe a quarter this size.
Those
These are like
probably mutants.
on steroids.
Maybe they are on steroids.
These were at the IGA too. Like the beer.
We're all going to need to have a farm. In the near future, you're going to have to grow your own food if you want to live.
Well, luckily they grow these in Texas, so you can figure out how they did it. I think you just got to have a warm, dark place. Like a cellar, but
Like
we don't...
a cave. There's
Like a
lots of
cave.
caves in town.
Like a cave. Just throw that in the trash over there. Okay, so these are monster mushrooms. Look how big that is. Have you ever seen just a plain old white button mushroom that big?
Why is it so big?
I have no idea.
You know what? I bet they grow them in space.
These?
I bet when you're in space,
Well, they wouldn't be cheap
things
if...
are bigger. Yeah. Well, you know that whole, that's something I wanted to talk about is that whole moon mission that Japan went on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now they got the pictures of the moon.
What did the picture
They
say?
can't see that where Russia or the United States landed on the moon.
Is that because they never landed there?
Well, maybe.
Well,
They're
maybe,
saying
you know...
it's because the resolution of their cameras isn't that good. But okay, I don't understand that. Like, how can a satellite take a picture of like your butt in some bad jeans? Like, why? And it's on Google Earth. How
I don't
can that
know.
happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they can't get a lens on that spacecraft that's sophisticated enough to actually take the picture.
Why would they? Why not?
Remember, in space, it's different. Like, there's no oxygen or any kind of stuff. It's a vacuum. There's like no there's no warmth. It's all real cold up there.
Yeah.
So, you know, most stuff that we have is made to work within a temperature range. And maybe they just couldn't
That's why that robot wouldn't work.
fancy camera.
They took up that Jap robot.
Uh-huh.
And the fucking thing wouldn't work.
Well, no, that was a NASA thing. You're talking about the one that flew by, like, the gas cloud.
This is a different fuck up.
Different fuck up.
A different NASA fuck up.
What? Two in 1 week.
Yeah, in the space station, there was this, they took up this Jap-made robot called, like, Bebo or something.
Yeah.
And he means, like, sunset or some horrible thing. And he goes up there, he's a robot with hands. Well, they can't get the cord, okay, to the robot. It's got a design flaw in it, so the electricity isn't keeping him warm.
Oh, no.
And if he's not warm, he'll go, like, to pieces. So they're having to not be able to set him up because this cord is busted.
Well, what the hell?
And they had a workaround, didn't work. Yeah, so it's like just some kind of horrible problem because, you know, somebody didn't do their job over there in Japan.
There's a few pockets where there's some shady stuff going on.
Well, I mean, and you'll get your stuff stolen.
Right.
But, like, it's not like people are going to come up to you and rob you. Most of the time.
I've met people that have been mugged.
Yeah, but
on the
it's not
east
like
side.
every day or every time you go over.
Right.
I ever heard that happening, and the story was so pathetic because it was obvious from the get-go what was going down.
Oh, no.
This dude was completely oblivious.
Oh, good Lord.
He wanted me to go over this hill and buy some cigarettes out of a truck.
Oh, my God.
And I figured I was spending too much on cigarettes.
Those people deserve to get mugged.
Well, I guess I can do my presentation on quinoa. It's not going to take that long to make, so I'm going to start it a little bit later. But I can get my note card. What did I do with it? Did you see a note card laying around with my quinoa stuff on it?
A bunch of note cards over here.
Well, I don't think that's it.
Boobs bigger.
No, that's different. Oh, but you know what? While I'm looking for it, you can, well, shit, I have to explain.
Want me to explain? Oh, okay, you got
So
something.
you can talk about this one. This will give you a bunch of stuff to talk about. But I just want to say, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, ever since I put up my no soliciting sign on the door, I have been visited by religious people who cannot read because they knocked on my door after I said no soliciting. One of them was a couple of nice young Mormon fellas. They gave me this nice color card explaining about their cult. And then this one was for the Jehovah's Witness, which is another cult. And this is obviously not a very nice paper. Like, if they had more money, they would print this on stock like this.
This is the government, and they make them. They're like, we will not pay any more than this.
Yeah, look how
what we pay. We'll pay for.
Yeah.
And they get this thing called a PO.
Yeah.
And it's just like these people are probably owed so much money by the federal government that they're about to revolt.
Well, I mean, just the difference in thickness. You know, the Mormons understand something. Although, if they really wanted to get more converts, they would put a better picture on the front than of this castle-like building. Like, you should put some titties on the front if you want people to show up at your service.
Okay, you know what the deal is with the Mormons? I figured it all out
What?
this weekend. The deal is with the Mormons is that they own all this land that's got a bunch of natural resources in it.
Ah, there you go.
That's why.
That's the money.
That's why they have so much influence
That's
lately.
the money.
They're
Well-
like sitting on gold and all kinds of like gemstones.
Okay, so we're boiling
and
up.
uranium and all that shit.
I'm turning the heat way down. Like, almost to nothing.
I used to think it's because they were racially superior, or their whole like doctrine against women and stuff. But then I figured out it's just money.
All right, I'm gonna hunt for my
It's
card.
a lot simpler.